Super. You have the other two videos as well.
When two minds click.
If you have any regard at all for your own personal freedom and for the personal freedom of others, that you owe it to yourself and to us to do everything that you can.
That gives me chills. Oh man, Mike, it's been a long time. I have Mike Patel, CEO of EDDASwap here. Good morning, or actually good afternoon or evening, something for you, 5 p.m. or something?
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. for us here in EU and in the CET time zone.
Yeah, it's 10:05 a.m. here in Panama, and Mike and I have been having a little bit of struggle trying to make this live stream for you guys. I've been spending a lot of time at the beach. We've got our bug out house that we're setting up, getting ready for possible lockdowns this fall. So, I don't want to be caught. Mike and I were discussing it. I know, Mike, last year, Mike, you were in Montenegro and in other nice countries where the lockdowns weren't as severe. So, we're just preparing and we're being wise. I don't want to be one of these people that is locked up in a house for 7 months again, like I was before. So Mike and I have struggled trying to get this live stream because I'm just not here in the city very much, and there's no internet out at the bug out house except for a cell phone. So just barely enough just to do basic social media. Oops. But hey, it looks like we got Glitch here, Batmax, Ahmed, Mike, Randy, much love from the Big Apple. Hey, nice, cool. Mr. Are you going around in a canoe? You see that New York got flooded. I'm from New York. I'm from upstate New York, but we like to make fun of New York City, but they're out there in their canoes because everything's flooded. Oh man, see all the rats swimming around. All right, Mike. So EDDASwap, as everyone knows, I am a big supporter of EDDASwap. I'm not a supporter of many projects anymore. I've really narrowed down my list, and EDDASwap is still, because Mike is a dear friend, and what he is doing here is fabulous. These NFTs that this team is pumping out are spectacular. And first, I want to show the tribute that they did. Mike, I know you love this one, and so does the community. This is a tribute to John McAfee. Wow, we have not done a live stream since John passed, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's share this tribute really quick. It is phenomenally done.
If you have any regard at all for your own personal freedom and for the personal freedom of others, you owe it to yourself and to us to do everything that you can.
Yeah, it was really sad. I mean, for my community, as anarcho-capitalist community, he was one of the pillars of our community, and it was really rough. I mean, they're doing these live streams together and mourning and that kind of stuff. It's even though most of us had never met him in person, he's similar to me, like a Ron Paul who just keeps fighting the system and opening eyes. And so many people are awake today because of what he's done. He told us what was going to happen here. He's been warning us for years what's going to happen during this period of what they're trying to do. So, R.I.P. John. So.
Wow, we have a lot of people. Ahmed, hi. I hope New York is rocking. Glitch, good to see you. Max, one of our craziest NFT artists, good to see him. Somebody's asking, called Weber, what blockchain? I don't know what is Weber asking about. Is it about EDDASwap? Is it about Matt Trooper?
I think they're just asking what blockchain is EDDA on. EDDA is Ethereum based.
Yeah, the entire EDDA platform was built on Ethereum from scratch. Every dApp of our is built on ERC. The token is ERC20. That every dApp is built on Ethereum, and of course, like all other systems, we are progressing onto other blockchains. The first DEX that we launched is on Binance Smart Chain for almost 2 months now, and we are launching another DEX literally this month on Polygon. And right now it's in audit. We were actually going to launch it this week, but the auditors found some bugs and they said, don't be in a hurry, give us a week or two to go through it. And they want to do some penetration testing and look at every possible security vector. But we are definitely launching the Polygon DEX this month, 100%, and many more things.
Awesome. The DEXs are going to be important. It's just, that's the way the world is going. I have not used a centralized exchange in over a year. It's ridiculous. If I use something, I'll use something like a simple swap where, that you just put the coins in and they take a fee for swapping your coins out. That's about the maximum thing I'll do. But DEXs are where it's at. I haven't even tried the BSC DEX yet because I don't do much in the BSC network. But I know the community has. How's it going for them?
I think, Randy, you hit the nail that. So I don't know if you saw yesterday what happened, Randy.
No.
Yesterday.
Oh, you mean the market?
Yeah. So when the market went a bit berserk yesterday, Solana went from 186 to 131 on centralized exchanges in less than 2 minutes. And then again in next 3 minutes, it went to 171. It happened to several cryptos, including Bitcoin. So many people got liquidated. I would say it was almost $2 billion plus liquidated contracts or even more. And a lot of people lost money without having any idea what just happened. And again, the price came back to where they were for some of the tokens, and some of them did not come back. But this is the area which people need to understand, that the future cannot be centralized, no matter how we love and like the centralized exchanges and how much we use or do not use them. But that is absolutely something where your positions are fully open to the exchange, and they are at a very big advantage point at that point.
Yeah, I warn everybody: do not use centralized exchanges. I had about a year ago, I had to get some coins off of a centralized exchange, and when I went to go do it, the exchange was down, and I think it was Hotbit, and I went in there and I had to wait 2 weeks to get those coins. I sent them not even thinking that I couldn't withdraw. right? They had some kind of hack or something. Look, guys, stay away from that stuff. Use decentralized exchanges. It makes no sense in today's day and age when in crypto to be using centralized stuff. Don't do it. And now there's going to be cross-chain swaps and all those things that are coming. So there's no reason. Educate yourself and prepare for what's coming, because the bankers, they don't. I thought it was a banker play yesterday. I don't know if you remember September 8th, 2017. That was I call September the ugly September. I leave everything. September's the month where I get out of crypto. And because I got burned really bad in September 8th, 2017. I lost 7 Bitcoin that day. It was just like yesterday. It was the same kind of situation, except today we didn't have Jamie Dimon coming on TV saying Bitcoin's garbage. You know, it was China banned Bitcoin, then Bitcoin's garbage. And that day really wrecked me, and it left a scar on me. I'm very scared of Septembers. So I get out and I come back in. I get out and I come back in later in October.
I agree, Randy. September has been historically a pretty crazy month for crypto, but I don't see that happening completely the same thing this year. And the institutional play, the markets have shown tremendous strength in the last 3 weeks, amazing strength across the board. And hi, Mustafa. Hi, Alois. Good to see all of you here. And I personally also feel that this is something which people will eventually have to get used to, whether whatever blockchain and whatever DEX you are using, you need to understand that that's completely in your control. Your financial wealth, your capital, your portfolio, your crypto assets, everything is in your control. Nobody is going to be able to play a middleman there. When there are so many times this year in 2021 when markets were very up or very down, a lot of exchanges stopped withdrawal of Ethereum and many other crypto, blaming the gas and many other things. But that's not fair, because somebody wants to cash out or withdraw funds and make some payments or whatever, and they don't have those options. So I think people need to understand they have to be directly on this system or anything which is a complete decentralization, whether it's DEX, whether it's non-custodial wallet. It's very important. Somebody's asking, call Baguio, why September? Well, if you see Baguio, the September history for crypto for last few years, September has been the trickiest month. We call September the paper hand month in a way, because it's a month where everybody gets shaked out. Those who are weak in their hands or in their mind, or they don't have strong understanding of what's happening, and then the market goes for a glory run, or really a powerful run in October, November, December, sometimes even in Jan for the first 2 weeks. And I think it's the same exact thing happening this year.
Yeah, it's the Jewish holiday, this Passover right now, I believe. And it was so funny because it started 2 nights ago, and then yesterday we had the big collapse in the market. And every year, watch out for the Passover, guys. it just seems to coincide with it. I'm not blaming it on them, but they got a lot of money and they put it in the market and they take it out when it comes time for them to relax. So we also got to pay attention to the stock markets too. So the stock markets this month stock markets are so frothy, and when the markets get really frothy like they are right now, if there is a drop, say there's a 10% drop in the markets or a 5% drop, guess which money they sell first? These guys, they sell their Bitcoin first, to cover their leverage or whatever other options and puts they have. They'll put in their Bitcoin, and that's just traditionally what they've done. I know you're a banker. I don't have to preach to somebody that comes from the banking world, but the folks out there watching, they got to understand how this stuff works. It's easy to liquidate Bitcoin, get your cash out.
I think that's very stupid, and it's a very crazy example what you just gave. And I think bankers, I have a lot of banker friends who studied with me in India, in US, in Asia, and most of them have actually quit banking. You won't believe this, in the last 5-7 years. And I've always been in IT and they've always been in banks, and they're all now slowly gravitating towards blockchain and crypto. Some of these individuals are actually very good people, but they studied finance and they entered banking and they didn't have any other option but to survive or stick there for maybe a decade, and now they're not enjoying it at all. So it's crazy. But Randy, there is a lot of stuff happening. We need to find time more every 2 weeks, if not every 1 week.
I
And
gotta tell you, I don't know what my schedule is going to be, right? So whenever I come into the city, we're usually here for 3 days or so. Then we go out to the beach for 4 days. We like the Caribbean. We like just chilling, fishing, and you know, it's amazing. I walk out of my house, the Caribbean's right there. Throw the line in and start fishing. I mean, got the beach. I love that life, man. I don't even care if I don't have internet. It's so much more chill. It really is. And I got an island next to me. You take the boat out to the island, and it's great. So
yeah, but I think that's very smart that you have that option now, and you have multiple option for lockdowns if it
yeah,
happens.
for those that don't know, I was locked up for 7 months. We were in the old Howard Air Force Base here in Panama. It's called Panama Pacifico now, and they got CCTV cameras everywhere. And during the lockdowns, I went out on a Sunday when you're not supposed to go out with my son, and the fake police, the security guards, called the real police on me, and they came rolling through the gate, hands on their weapons, while I'm walking my 3-year-old. And I said, "That's it." And we bought plane tickets as soon as the airport opened. It was like 2 weeks later. We went to Mexico for 7 more months, where Mexico was wide open. While you were in Montenegro, we were in Mexico. Now we're back in Panama, but we're preparing just in case this shit goes down again. So
Yeah, it was crazy. Actually, lockdown for us was crazy as well. When I say us, my team and me, all of us are based in Prague, and
yeah,
most
Prague
of
was
us.
nuts.
Yeah, but in lockdown it went a bit crazy. Like all parts of EU and Germany was putting a lot of strong measures on Prague. They kept declaring Prague as a red zone because Prague was a little liberal initially. So it went crazy. And at that point, I was already creating an NFT studio in Belgrade, another one, and talking to artists who are staying around that region. And they said that Belgrade is fully open. You should look at it. Montenegro is fully open. And that's how I literally escaped EU for like 3-4 months, and I was able to meet some very, very good people in the blockchain and the crypto world. I even met the CTO of Celsius Network from New York. He was himself in Belgrade. They have a huge office here in New York, and they have a huge back operations office in Belgrade as well. So it was a good call for me, but I also met a lot of interesting people. And I think that people are not going to be able to allow, or hopefully they won't allow any more lockdowns in EU at least. People are very strong, and what they've gone through since the first quarter of 2020 till now, I don't think anybody's up for any of this anymore.
No. Just but folks, just be prepared because it might get worse before it gets better. That's what I'm betting on. So I was willing to spend the money to make sure not just have I wanted to have something that was ours, right? We didn't buy the house, but we rented it. We rented it for a long period, did a long contract just in case. So I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, we're going to sell the house now, so you have to move out." No, that's not going to work. Not if I have that 2-year lease. So
Yeah, and Randy, Montenegro was literally a stroke of luck because I had a friend who's from Russia, who's very big in forex for many years, and I helped him come into crypto world in the last 4.5, 5 years, and he slowly started building a portfolio. He doesn't trade, he doesn't buy and sell, he just buys and buys and buys, and for him it is like accumulating for himself, for his children, and stuff like that. And he had zero idea about crypto when we first met a couple of times through friends in conference, and he's a very big player in forex in Cyprus and Montenegro and other locations. And now he has a full crypto subsidiary and a full crypto business where he has brought many more people into it. So he invited me that why don't you come and spend some time with us. So I was very, very lucky to be able to spend time on the sea with him and enjoy his. I mean, he has very beautiful locations to live, and
I
very.
saw I saw your pictures. I was kind of
Yeah,
jealous, even though I was in Mexico enjoying life. I saw yours. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
brother, that's pretty
So
nice.
that's my very good Russian friend Sergey. He's been in Europe for many years. He left Russia when he was literally teenager, and he built a big empire in the centralized finance or in the forex space. I know his family very well, and now they are gravitating towards crypto since almost 5 years, and they are building a lot of different businesses around crypto and blockchain. But very nice people, and they are into real estate, creating luxury villas by the sea and all that in Montenegro. So it was very lucky stroke that I agreed to accept his invitation, and I was able to spend 3 months of time with his family and friends, and very good exposure.
Yeah,
But
it's
we,
good exposure for crypto because these
yeah,
centralized guys are coming over. They're coming over in droves. And I mean, I talked to my billionaire buddy was down here a couple weeks ago. We went out to dinner, and he was explaining to me how everybody he knows is huge in crypto now. Everybody that has big money, they're all moving their assets over to crypto. Makes sense to me. They already have their gold and silver, those kind of things. I come from the gold and silver world. I understand having the need to have that asset, but these guys are moving their liquid wealth all into crypto.
Yeah.
That's so cool to hear, because obviously you and I have been here a long time, and
Yeah.
When we first started, it was more of a toy. I just had a dream that someday we would take over the banking system with crypto, and it looks like it's happening and it's speeding up.
Yeah. So I think there are two precursors for me, because being in the tech all my life, I was very excited about when Bitcoin mining was picking up in 2012, 13, 14. And I also still feel that Bitcoin is a completely different system which people have not understood yet. Those who have read the book or many of the books, it's fine, but the Bitcoin Standard is still my favorite. And I think a lot of people find that book too boring, too long, whatever. But it has a very important message and very important explanation and examples. And I feel that Bitcoin is really now changing the world. Even though El Salvador and all of these countries are making Bitcoin legal tender, we have never seen, when I say we, the entire crypto community has never seen so many institutional players, whether it's NIDIG in New York, whether it's Tesla, whether it's MicroStrategy, all of these big companies using their uh, treasury balance sheet to officially buy crypto. This is pretty big. And this is just the US. I know companies in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in Mauritius, in Japan doing this already for last 1.5 year, Switzerland and Germany as well. And one of the things which we are now trying to understand with the centralized finance companies, they are not been able to get uh, a risk-free interest or earnings or yields on their liquid wealth. So a lot of these companies have billion-dollar treasury in forex, and they don't know how to actually create profitability or some kind of earnings, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 5% a year from that billion or $5 billion without taking a huge risk. And crypto has basically done this pretty well. Whether there are companies like Celsius or Yearn Finance and many of those.
Or Hex.
Correct. So
We've been freaking killing it in the Hex community. Just look at our
True.
chart; it's nuts.
So there are many companies doing many great things in the space. And what's happening is that a lot of the centralized finance companies are now trying to scratch their heads and waking up that, okay, how do we do this? They don't want to invest directly, but they are okay to convert their liquid wealth to Ethereum and then get some interest or some returns on Ethereum, for example. And we are actually talking to 2 3 decently big players to understand how can we do this, uh, because we pivoted from uh, the volts and all of those to DeFi wallet, and there is much more risk free and much more security attached to it. And especially when we what we saw in the last 6 months, including the last hack of more than $500 million, uh, people have realized that it's very exciting to be in DeFi, but you have to be fairly responsible for what you can do and what you cannot do. And
Absolutely. If you're messing with other people's money,
yes, and not just messing with other people's money, security, their life savings, whatever that is. So if people have noticed one thing when we started, everybody said, "Oh, but you are not certified, you are not audited by this company or example this company or whatever." There were many names floating around. Let me
PNC.
tell you this today, Randy. All of those companies which got audited from them, every single of them have been hacked more than once. We haven't
Hacked
been
more than
talking about.
once, or they've been involved in money laundering.
Yeah.
I'm talking about traditional finance here.
Yeah, so it was crazy. And a lot of this DeFi startups, which got very heavily audited by some very big names, many of them got compromised. Many of them have lost very large funds. I mean, it's all public information. We don't even need to drop the names. But the problem is that sometimes it's better to be very careful and slow rather than be in a hurry and do some things which are you will repent at some point. And I'll give you an example. I had more than 200 messages when we launched that why can't EDDA be on PancakeSwap? And of course, we wanted to be it on PancakeSwap. But when we looked under the hood, when we studied the Binance Smart Chain bridge, when we tried to create a bridge for ourselves, we realize there is a huge risk factor. So if I give you example in 60 seconds,
Yep.
today if EDDA gets hacked, the EDDA token contract completely taken over by hackers, they cannot do anything. They cannot change the supply. They cannot do anything to EDDA. One, it's built on Ethereum, which is highly secure. Two, we have dismantled those capabilities of further minting, and they cannot be reassembled or restarted. Uh, but we don't have the same level of comfort or security if we port and create a bridge for EDDA token on Binance Smart Chain, because Binance Smart Chain does not give you that security. And if we did that out of pressure in the month of March, April, May, there were several companies compromised, very big names, and their tokens were minted and they were sold in the market till the token went to almost 0.001 cent. And that could have happened to EDDA or many other companies. And the reason sometimes you don't have to worry about what everybody wants and you still should do what you feel is right, because security is very important for us. And we have we faced few attacks in the past, and we have Immunify hack control helping us, but we've never been compromised, and that's the reason we are taking one step at a time. And that's the reason we are very happy with overall performance with what has happened till now. And for example, somebody asked me the price prediction of EDDA right now on this chat, some gentleman called Krishna or somebody. The idea is we have zero idea. We never played around the price. We've been focused on deploying, launching, creating, building, and that's been our focus since day one. And of course, there are a couple of whales who came in. One of them went out. One of them is maybe gone or still there. But I think those things will happen because we are still 6.5, 7 month old company, and I think
And make sure you. My buddy Les, he just said, what is EDDA? There's some folks in here that don't even know what EDDA is. I'm sorry, we didn't explain that. But you want to give an update, because I haven't done a live stream with you in a couple months.
Sure, yeah. So I think to whoever is asking, did you say the name is Las?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Las, hi, good to have you. EDDA is the ecosystem of NFT and DeFi platforms. We started building and producing NFTs in 2020 when nobody was talking about NFT. We have some of the greatest NFT artists who create NFTs for us, which are then distributed for free to EDDA token holders who are staking their EDDA. These NFTs come from artists like Primal Cypher, Oz, Batmax, many of them. All the information on the website. And some of these NFTs have sold for 10,000, 13,000, 5 Ethereum, $61,000, different prices at different stages. All those information again available on our Telegram and the OpenSea. All of these NFTs have been created by some of the greatest talent in the world, and we pay full price for creating these NFTs or the agreed price with the artist. Then we create certain number of editions, and those NFTs are distributed for free to all the EDDA token stakers who have enough samurai points. They can start redeeming these NFTs. Over the last few months, we had a lot of questions from outside community like Shiba, Doge, possibly even from Hex, Ethereum, that why can't we buy your NFT? We don't have EDDA, we don't know much about EDDA, but why can't we just buy your NFT? So we enable cross-chain crypto payments on our NFT platform. If you go to EDDASwap, you can see it. We have also now tied up with Coinbase officially, and the Coinbase wallet is live on the EDDASwap platform and the NFT platform as well. So within EDDASwap, the NFT platform is live, the staking platform is live. There are multiple staking pools. You can stake EDDA to earn more EDDA. You can provide LP to get almost 90% return in EDDA on Uniswap. You can do staking on the NFT platform to earn more samurai points and get more NFTs for free. And we also launched the Binance Smart Chain DEX, already operational for 2 months. We are launching Polygon Smart Chain DEX this month, followed by Ethereum and Polkadot DEX as well. And we are launching DeFi wallet.
And hopefully this one too. Pulse
Yes.
chain.
Absolutely. And we just announced a new vertical venture focused on NFT called Mad Trooper, which goes live this month. Nice. And that is called madtrooper.com. I am very much publicly available on Twitter 24/7. I'm very active on Twitter. I'm not so active on Telegram as I should be because it's consuming too much time, to be honest. So basically, EDDASwap is a ecosystem of NFT and DeFi platforms. We went live or manifested EDDA in March on Uniswap. We are on 3 exchanges now: Bydesk, Bitmart, and BKEX. We are talking to 5 more exchanges. We hope at least 2 will go live before end of the year. We are also talking to a couple of big centralized exchanges, and I think one of them will make us live by end of the year or before end of the year.
Yeah, let's speak about this real quick. So right now, EDDA is about $950 per EDDA. So we're still less than $500,000 market cap. And people are always looking for the gems, right? They're looking for the ones that they, there's the speculators out there. I used to be a speculator. I tell people all the time that was my game back in the day, but I gave that up about 2 years ago. So this would be exactly what I'd be looking for. Something under a $1 million market cap that had the possibility to do a quick 10x, 20x in a market that is optimistic, which we kind of had up until yesterday.
Yeah, I would say the market is optimistic. I'm not bearish on the crypto market whatsoever. I think September comes with its own surprises and things like that. But I'm pretty excited about the last quarter. The market is going to be very interesting. But you hit the right point that we are still a very low market cap company with multiple operational platforms, with DEX operational and running, volumes growing, with NFT delivered, more than 150 NFT delivered since our launch. Several NFT secondary market transactions have happened, and we are also doing our cross-chain multi-cryptocurrency NFT payments or crypto payments enabled on our NFT platform. Coinbase wallet enabled on our NFT platform. Most big NFT companies have not been able to figure this out, and now we are working on a functionality where we are enabling secondary market as well, which will be live in the next couple of months or maybe 3 months, where our existing NFT owners can sell NFTs they got from EDDA or even other NFTs in crypto outside of Ethereum as well. So if Randy decides to list his NFTs that he wants hex against them, and if his friend Les is actually buying those NFTs using XRP or Ethereum or anything, he can pay in XRP and Randy gets his payment in hex. And all of this will be done in one single click on the back end, which nobody needs to worry about.
Oh, that's great. And I people need that. These fees right now that people are paying are just absolutely ridiculous. And that's the quickest way to kill the NFT market is fees. If your NFT that you're buying is only, $20 in Ethereum, but the transaction costs $500. I just did a transaction this morning and it cost me $80. Just a simple not EDDASwap. I had to use Uniswap for this one. A Uniswap transaction, it cost me $80. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's true. I think one of your friend is asking where is the best place to find tutorials. Ness, if you go to EDDASwap.com and there is a Medium link. If you go to Medium, there are links about how it works quickly in a very simple article. And we have a very active Telegram group. We have some of the best admins in the world and community managers, more than 10 of them now. And they are active 24/7 on the Telegram group. Please join the Telegram group, ask them for any help, and they will guide you with the links and everything.
So, Mike, what's up with these 360 virtual reality NFTs? What the hell is that?
Good question. I'm glad you asked this, Randy. So I hope you are prepared for a crazy answer. So when we started creating this 360 VR NFTs with some very, very cool artists, including one of them who's here, Batmax on the stream, and Oz and Primal, and so many of them, Rafi Amar. So the idea was that we wanted to create a precursor to our own metaverse, which we are working on, and I will explain all the details in this stream right now. And a lot of people did not understand what's going on. Who is Abdra? Who is Ava? Who is Swap Trooper? What is a Swap Drone? So this is all our imagination. This is all our own storyboards and all our creative ideas within our NFT team. And if you've seen our NFTs, Randy, or anybody who knows about our NFTs, please go to YouTube and search EDDASwap and see the channel. You can understand the NFTs, those who are new. We have never copied any NFTs from existing market. We have all original concepts. We have our own IP. And what's happening with 360 VR NFTs, we were building capacity for something we are planning now. So we are entering the metaverse, the gaming universe, or the meta gaming universe uh, in the next few months. And we didn't want to enter by just creating or taking something which exists anywhere in the world. So most of our NFTs also have the EDDA element in it, the EDDA ness in it. And I always say EDDA is a galaxy, a planet, universe of its own. And so all of this was precursor, because still we have achieved certain credibility and certain characters, certain IPs like a Swap Trooper, Abdra, Swap Drone, Ava, and many, many more are in the pipeline, including Edda Punks 1 and 2. If nobody has seen it, I highly recommend to see them. Completely different, nothing to do with Cyberpunks, and done by Primal Cypher and Encode Graphics, some of the biggest names in the world. Now, the next stage is we are talking to virtual reality companies. We are talking to companies who create VR headsets. We are talking to gaming companies. And we are trying to figure out if we can create a game using these characters which we have created from scratch, including Abdra, including Swap Trooper, including Swap Drone, including Ava. And this will all eventually go into a game or the metaverse, which will all be co-created by us and couple of other companies. And we are of course figuring out the whole process. How do we create some kind of an engagement for existing NFT owners and existing ADA token holders? uh, so everybody wants to jump on a trend. Nobody was talking about NFT in 2020 August when we were building and actually producing NFTs. And now
I
every
admit
company,
I was doubtful back then. I was like, this is not going to fly.
and now,
NFTs are not going to be big.
yeah,
They
and
were.
now if Randy, every company is now identifying themselves as an NFT company.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
yeah.
everybody. So it's so funny that even VCs and investors who wanted to invest in us, and they say, "Oh, but NFT doesn't make sense. Why you're investing so much money in NFT production, NFT studio? This is all fad. It will die down in 6 months." The exact same VC they have approached us now, saying that is there still an option to invest, or they have looked at the NFTs and they said, "Can you guide our existing investment companies and become a mentor for our companies?" I said, "We have no time to become mentor for anybody. We have a roadmap for next 3 years." So it's funny how things change. So this is the fact that the 360 VR NFT was the original plan. So sometimes I don't feel comfortable talking about what's coming in the future, because one, people don't get it, and two, people think, oh, they are just dropping some random ideas because they want to, and maybe it sounds cool. But we work very hard on these ideas. This NFTs that you are seeing now, maybe all hundreds of them or even more, have been in our mind and in our ecosystem since August last year, and they are manifesting now.
Let
And
me show. Can I show everybody? I mean, for those that haven't seen some of our NFTs, can I show them the Swap Trooper Holo training? That is still my favorite one that was ever done.
or the planet Nephilim or the Ada universe.
That's the only one I have still loaded in my StreamYard is this one, because I like watching it. Let's show it real quick. The talent that you brought on this team.
Yeah, so it was challenging, and it's doing very well now. We are very happy that exactly what we had in our mind, or I use the word hearts, is all manifesting, and it's good. So the problem here, Randy, is that I wrote a thread about Matt Trooper on Twitter. I don't know if you read that thread, and I specifically wrote that most of us grew up watching Star Wars, especially me, and I'm sure you and many other friends. And imagine if George Lucas announced in 1977, "Hey guys, I have a 30-year plan. This is what I'm going to do." Oh, fantastic. I love that one. So, Randy, can you imagine if 1977 George Lucas announced that I'm going to do this for next 30 years, and this is what I'm building, and this is what's going to happen? Would you be excited? of
Of
what
course.
happened in the last 30 years.
Of course. And you would like to be a part of it at the beginning.
Yeah, no, but the idea is that people sometimes are too impatient and they can't think beyond 6 months or a 10x or a 20x.
You're talking about the crypto world.
Yeah, yeah.
We have memories like a freaking mouse. You know, we see something and we forget it a day later. It's just how this game is.
Yeah, but the idea is that we are not considering ourselves a crypto world company. We are doing what we believe in. We have a vision and we are manifesting that. And we are doing everything with a lot of ethics, integrity, and extreme hard work and passion. And the team has really, really, really been working non-stop without a single day of a break. I don't think we've had a break on a Sunday since we've launched or 5 months before we've launched. And the idea is that's why you are seeing so many things already out there in less than 6 months. Uh, so I think that's the plan. That 360 VR NFTs gamification. Now the Mad Trooper vertical goes live. Solana blockchain is still very new. A lot of people don't understand how to build on Solana. There are very few developers. It's a new language called Rust. Nobody is very well versed with that. And we started exploring this 2 or 3 months ago, and we said, okay, this is interesting. This could be very, very powerful. The number one reason, Randy, we launched Mad Trooper on Solana, or we are launching the minting sequence and before the month ends, because there is no gas fee situation. 10,000 people can be minting the NFT at the same time, and there is no gas fee problem. So that's why we moved from Ethereum to for this one to Solana, and we are launching 11,111 Mad Troopers. Also, worked with some of the greatest artists on this. There is a female artist who's leading this called Yana Kwan. She's amazing, physically based in Prague. So it's been a very exciting journey, and I think people will be excited with what's coming.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, but Pulse Chain's right around the corner, and Pulse Chain fees are going to be fractions of a penny, and it's going to be set. I know that Richard Hart's not a huge fan of the NFT space, but it's really going to be set up to benefit the NFT space for years to come, because the like you said, you could mint millions of an NFT if you want, and it's not going to cost anything. You know, maybe it costs you $1 to do a million of them. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep harping on you for that. I'm gonna keep getting you. I'm like, look, this is where my heart's at. You know, this stuff, and I think that EDDA is going to be have a great benefit of being part of the Pulse Chain ecosystem, just because the money behind Pulse Chain is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, so I think like you said, everybody is trying to solve a big problem, but some of these problems are really big problem to solve. And sometimes crypto community wants to understand how can this happen in 2 days. It cannot. It can take sometimes even 6 months to solve a big problem. And only companies who have the balls, vision, and the passion and the team to do it will be able to solve this. The rest of the companies get
the part that gets me, Mike, is the Solana. You gotta learn new code for it. Come on.
Yeah.
You know,
from scratch.
Ethereum's code. It's still, you know, everyone knows how to use. It's been around for so long. Like, what's the name of the code that I just blanked?
No, Solidity.
Yeah.
Solidity.
I mean, there's thousands of developers for Solidity.
Yeah. So, if you've done Solidity, even to migrate to Binance Smart Chain is fairly easy. But when we decided Solana, the team had a very scary look because nobody understands Solana. And
Exactly.
I said, guys, we have to try one vertical called Mad Trooper on Solana. And the reason is we don't want people to pay $1,500 for a $200 NFT. And that's what's happening in all NFT drops lately in Ethereum. You're buying a $300 NFT, but if the minting sequence is for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, people are paying $1,000 plus to mint an NFT. There's a question from somebody about
the DEX. Yeah.
No, somebody is asking about, please explain the Mad Trooper series. Yalen Davis. Yalen, you should check out the madtrooper.com. There is multiple utilities. We'll do exclusive Mad Trooper call with Randy in the next 2 weeks when we are ready for the launch. But we just unveiled the roadmap on the Mad Trooper website, which explains the launch, the official soundtrack, how the airdrop works for DGen apes, how the airdrop will work for some of the EDDA token holders, how the Mad Trooper merchandise will be rolled out, 360 VR NFTs, Mad Trooper game. We've explained all of this in the roadmap, and we will share all the details in a dedicated video call with Randy very soon, in the next 2 to 3 weeks max, once Randy is not on the beach.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna be fishing for 3 days straight. I got a whole bunch of fishing gear in. Just I bought a bunch on Amazon. It's all here. So Randy's gonna be doing a lot of fishing. But oh man, so Mike, give an update about Someone's asking about the DEX. Right now you have the BSC DEX, but you said Polygon's coming next.
Yeah,
That's
so
launching.
BSC DEX has been launched. We provided liquidity. It's been growing. We don't have godfathers like Binance putting $100 million there or something. So we are growing organically, and it's already up and running. We also launched a detailed infographics page for that, where you can see which pairs are creating traction and where the money is flowing from, and how the traction is on every single day. Everything has been transparently released. It's a DEX with zero control or intervention from any humans. And we are launching Polygon DEX this month itself, which also we built from scratch over the last 3 months. The Polygon team did tell us that they will support us heavily and stuff like that, but
Beautiful.
they were too busy and they never were able to even spend a minute on the DEX with us. So we had to figure out everything ourselves. But it's done. We are ready for a launch. We are in the final audit stage right now, and the auditors will release the DEX back to us in the next 5 to 7 days. After a week, we should be able to launch it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, Mike, I've had a couple people. I always talk about privately with my friends, and one thing that always comes up is the fact that I believe you told me that we have a license for EDDA in Europe.
All no, right. Not for EDDA. We have a license for another company called Lakshmi, Randy.
Okay.
LXW.io. So you know what happened that, sorry, you complete your question, then I'll answer the answer.
No, the question is the license. How does the license work, and what does it have to do with the DEX?
Correct. So there are no licenses available in the world for DEX at the moment. No company, from Uniswap to PancakeSwap to Sushi to us, nobody has the license. Nobody. There is no regulation around this yet. They are working on it. Maybe in next 12 months we'll have some clarity. But we had an incorporated company here in Europe called lxmi.io. Anybody can go and check the website, lxmi.io. And we have a centralized cryptocurrency exchange license for that, approved by the FIU in Europe. But that's a complete separate business. We have not even launched it. And a lot of people got confused about this, but I'm glad you asked this. So there is complete clarity. There are two separate entities. And as of now, there is no DEX license issued by any country that I am aware of. If somebody is aware of outside of my knowledge, I would love to learn from them and understand how this works.
Great. Thanks for clearing that up, because then I've been saying wrong information. But I'm part of the problem then. Because I always thought that it had to do with EDDA. I was like, oh, so EDDA has how does that work? A DEX with a license? Okay. Thank you for clearing it up. You do not have a license for the DEX. It's for a centralized exchange.
Correct. And most of our platforms, including all of our code, is publicly visible on GitHub. Everything is built on open source. And unfortunately, I have dealt fairly extensively with the regulators, because we acquired the regulatory license for centralized exchange, which we decided to wait and launch maybe at a point where we have enough liquidity, where we have possibly raised enough funds and stuff like that, because the regulatory compliance is a very expensive process. And even to get to the license, we had law firms in Switzerland, in Prague, and it's not easy to get through that, but we got through it. And I understood that they themselves don't understand the DeFi space much as of now, or the decentralized finance. They really don't understand NFT at all, or they are trying to understand it. And it's not easy, but we interact with regulators very often in EU. And I think everybody's trying to work on something good here. And hopefully we'll have some more clarity about the DEX and the NFT platforms in the next few months. I believe Uniswap is engaged in a discussion of this matter or of this nature in New York right now. And we are hoping they will share some information for everybody else in the industry to follow and learn from the same.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Uni is kind of not doing anything right now. The price is just stagnant. No one's really talking about Uni because everyone's waiting. Everyone's in a waiting pattern. Let's see what happens with the SEC. Man, God,
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that government gets in the way of innovation.
Yeah, but we have to understand that what Uniswap did is amazing. It's one of the greatest example of the whole decentralized movement, and how many wonderful companies have been launched on Uniswap alone before they made it to mainstream or centralized exchanges. And I think they have really set a new direction. And everybody or anybody in the world who does something fairly innovative and big uh, might or might not face some challenges. But I'm pretty optimistic about this, and I think the outcome will be very positive in the next few months.
All right, yeah. I mean, I was part of the EDDA launch. I was part of the Orox launch. Orox did theirs. They just launched their coin on Uniswap and did very well. And I was there in the Uniswap version 1 when I was trading Hex, so I got a bunch of airdrops of the coins
Wow.
because nobody was using Uni in early 2020. You know, so and those of us who were using it, we got a nice paycheck. Thank you, Uni.
Yes, Weber has asked, yes, Weber, so the license is for sex. There are no licenses for DEX, which I'm aware of. If anybody's aware of, please inform me, educate me, and I would love to know how it works. But yes, that's you got it right.
Hey, Steven. Man, we had a lot of comments today. Cool. You
Yeah.
know, I want to see at a more of a mainstream a mainstream project. You know, more people talking about it. But you know, it's the whole crypto game. They want that. They're speculators, and maybe it's going to take getting people outside of crypto. And I'm going to tell you straight up, that's how Hex got big. Hex got big not because of crypto. It got big because of people outside of crypto, and because everyone was onboarding their family members, onboarding their friends, and doing the marketing that way outside of the crypto space, where people are just not as harsh. I think everyone's in their little camps in crypto. Everyone's I'm a BSC guy. I'm an Ethereum guy. You know, I'm Polygon. Everyone likes to stay in their little camps. You know, now we got Solana coming up. So now everyone's like, oh, I'm a Solana. I love Solana. Screw everything else. Makes no sense to me. It makes no
Yeah.
sense. I like being everywhere. Having a little bit of everything, even though I'm not touching Solana, but that's just, I got so much on my plate already. I'm good with what I have. So if people were more open-minded to understand that this whole space can grow together, we don't have to be angry towards each other just because somebody likes a different colored logo, a different coin. I think we do much better.
Yeah, no, I think that we have to understand that everybody's doing their bit. I had because of we had one or two whales interested or invested in EDDA, I got connected to 3, 4 other whales through them, and they had questions and they said, "Can we get on a call?" Of course, audio call. And I said, "I'm happy for even a video call." And they said, "Really? As a founder, you are okay to do the video call?" I said, "I've done like 100 video calls with people."
All the time you do.
Yeah. And they said, "Wow, so you are really open for a video call." They were first of all shocked. They said, "But we are not open for a video call." So I was on a video call and they were on audio call. There was a whale from Cardano, who is a very big ADA whale. There was a whale from Doge. There was a whale from Shiba community, and I think there was one more guy from some other crypto which I don't know much about. And the call was about, are we a futuristic company? Are we future proof? Or are we building anything that we promised? And I actually demoed everything, the staking pools, the wallets, the DEX, the NFT platform. I showed them how to redeem the NFT and instantly appears on OpenSea in 5 seconds. They were shocked. The Cardano whale was completely flawed. He said that this is all operational. I said, yes, in 6 months, since March. And they said, why the fuck is the price not like $50,000? And I said, well, we have zero idea. We don't focus on that. We don't have manipulation techniques or bots or any of those things.
Yeah,
And
you
we
don't have a
don't
market maker. You don't have a market maker trying.
Yeah, we had a market maker who help us in listing, but that's it. And we don't have companies, like godfathers like Binance or any of these companies supporting us, at least as of now. And they said, really, and he actually was very smart guy. I mean, I don't know his name, but very interesting chat. It was a very long call. and I took him step by step through every platform, and he actually bought couple of NFTs from the platform just to see if the multi cryptocurrency works. So he used his USDT or something to buy a couple of NFT, and he said this is all operational. So what exactly is going on here?
Exactly. Is it, who was the one? Didn't one of those guys say to you, "Hey, sell me 500 of your
And
coins or tokens," and you're like, "Dude, I don't have 500."
yeah, he's on my Twitter now. He first of all, Randy didn't believe me. He said, "Okay, you are the founder, you are the CEO. You don't have 10% of the supply of your company, 5,000 tokens, 500." I said, "No, I have 29 tokens. This is my wallet." And he said, "It's impossible. Like, are you stupid?" And I said, "No, I'm not stupid. It's what how we planned the system. It was a very fair distribution." And he said, "But then what is the purpose of running this company?" I said, "We have a vision and we are going to execute all those vision. And at some point, our Genesis NFT might be valued for maybe $1 billion or maybe for zero. We don't know. But we are going to go after what we believe in. And we have many more things which are working on around, whether it's the gaming words, metaverse, using our own IP and characters to build things. All of these things take time. So
Yeah.
just Brandy, because you know John McAfee, and I have known John McAfee while he was alive for many years. We've also been in the same conference. I have an update. We are making a silver coin, 100 of them. 50 are with John McAfee's face, 50 are with the EDDA logo. Now, this coin is a wallet. It's a physical wallet which will come with 0.02 Ethereum on it. Uh, we will we are figuring out the way to distribute or auction these coins. Of course, certain number will be again genuinely given for free to the EDDA stakers through their points. We also figured that out. But there are going to be only 100 coins forever in the world. They are made with 31 grams of silver,
Oh,
0
wow.
999.99 touch, extreme high quality from a Spanish silver mint. The engraving is done by some of the biggest artists in the world. It's a physical product with a ETH loaded on it, with NFT loaded on it. And the idea is that we can actually, so let's say if you own one of the coin, whether you earned it, you bought it for in a raffle and you paid a certain price. So you already have a silver coin, you have a John McAfee limited edition coin, you have a physical wallet, you have 0.02 Ethereum loaded on it for free or for a price you paid for. And then because we know your wallet address, we are going to actually create exclusive NFTs which will be only airdropped to this physical coin holders, maybe for next 6 months or for next 3 years. We are working on this, but I'll share some things about this on Twitter in the next week.
You know, the I think the physical NFT market is going to be big. It might even be bigger than just the digital one. I'm not sure. I'm not an NFT guy, but I think the physical one is pretty cool. That
Yeah.
look at Socks did for Uni.
Yes, absolutely. So that is just one, and you can imagine like this is just the beginning. And we are also working on digital merchandise, which we are talking to some very important people. We've created some. In the next video call, we will try to do something where I can send you the files before and you can show them. It will blow everybody's mind. If they are excited about uni socks and mango caps and all of that, this is something which nobody has seen in the metaverse or in the digital NFT or a physical world.
It's
And
happening. It's
yeah,
happening.
it's happening. It's all in the pipeline. Some of this has been developed, and the silver coins are 100% happening. These are 100 coins. I've been working on this since March, but to bring these elements together is not easy. And finally, it's going in the right direction. So I'm very, very excited about it. And I think it's a set you pass it on to your next generations. And like let them own a silver coin, let them own 0.02 Ethereum. Imagine, Randy, your son when he's 20 years old and he has this coin, 0.02 Ethereum at that point on his 18th or 21st birthday might be worth $1 million or something. We never know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's all interesting. We are not sitting idle for even one single day, and it's going to be very exciting next few months for everybody in the ADA community. Those who are with us since beginning, those who are joining us now. I saw some guy from Hex community called Ness Hex who said he bought his ADA on Uniswap. So Ness, if you have any questions, My Twitter is very open, DMs are open, and our Telegram community is very active. We have amazing community managers and admin team in there.
Yeah, I see Locos the Champs in here. I see Glitches here and Glitches here. These guys are they're mods in the Telegram, so you can contact those guys. All right, so we just hit 1 hour, Mike. So thank you for your time, buddy. I know you got tons of other meetings.
Yes, but Randy, if you're available in the next 2 weeks, let's do one exclusive Matt Trooper call, whichever day you are back in the city, so I can explain much more. There is a lot of stuff happening in the ecosystem. And for those who have questioned about Matt Trooper, can go to matttrooper.com and read everything about it. You shared all the truthful information, and much more is coming. And thank you everybody once again, and thank you Randy for this as well. Regards to the family, and I hope to see you in Europe soon, genuinely for at least 1 or 2 weeks for a holiday.
Yeah, we're planning on we're looking at doing exactly that. We're thinking about going to Asia. We have some stuff happening in Tokyo soon, and if we go, I will not fly through the U.S. So we would fly to Europe first, and probably spend a couple weeks there with you guys, and then head over to Asia and come back the same way we came.
That will be fantastic, and much love to everybody who joined, right from Kenny to Ness to Weber to Batmax, every single person who's here. Thanks for supporting us, and thanks for believing in us, guys.
Cheers. Bye, Mike. I'm going to actually play a video as we're going out.
Yes. Ciao.
Cheers.
I choose to live by choice and not by chance. I choose to make changes and not excuses. I choose motivation over manipulation. I choose to excel and not compete. I choose to listen to the voice from within versus the voice from without. I choose to fulfill my destiny. I choose to get the job done. I choose to finish what I started. No fear, no hesitation, no surprise, no doubt. I have nothing to lose. I am a disruptor. I am conscious. I am aware. I have been awakened. I am disciplined. I am detailed. I am meticulous. I am the soul of EDDASwap.